Mike Enders, 2000. Gordy Rarig, 2000. Richard Kuba, 2002. Artie Kessel, a.k.a. John Donovan, 2003. Ed Schmitz, 2004. Tom Shemin, 2006. Mary Ellen Andrew, 2007. Russ Royal, 2008. Jim Self, 2009. Greg Rarig, 2010. And Barb Nett, 2011. We all bow our heads for a moment and remember our classmates. Now we'd like to try something a little different, I guess, and I think we all have our own memories of those classmates. And if there's anybody who'd like to share some memories, some thoughts of special occasions or special things that happened, invite you just to share those with the group for a few minutes.
Well, I got one Tom before, a good friend of mine, and in the annual he was that. We need 35 cents. We have to use 35 cents.
What's the interest of it?
Ooh, that's right. So I still owe Tom 35 cents.
All right, we'll record that.
Put that in the confidential file.
How about Mary Ellen, who made it to our 40 year? A lot of you don't know that to the Altona. For about the first 10 or 15 minutes, I got a chance to chat with her, and she said, you know, I know this isn't going to take long, but I got to be here tonight, kind of a thing. Then she left, and that was it. Yeah. Yeah.
I remember Art Kessel. And when we were young, we used to go over to his swimming pool. He was the only one in town, I think, that had the swimming pool then. He always got at his dad's liquor cabinet. We had a great time. Dan Coleman and I, jeez, we were wild. And we were all of about 12, maybe 13.
That wasn't the only thing Art got into.
Oh, I'm sure. Hey, we're all in the 60s. There's not a lot that any of us haven't gotten into.
I got one that.
I try.
Dog control.
If you remember back in younger days when I had a motorcycle yet, and Selk was on the back of my motorcycle. We're coming up by the old school, and the cemetery was right there. And there were a couple of guys that were picking on Artie, standing under the corner, because that was our favorite spot in school all the time. And I can see what's going on there, and I'm going, Jim, hang on to the bike. I says, I need to go help Artie. There's a couple of guys were picking on him there. And Selk, you know, he wasn't very big anyway to start with here. So I tried to stop the bike, but I jumped off the bike. So I'm going over to help Artie with his little confrontation he had there. And Selk's going, I can't hold your bike. I said, well, just let the son of a bitch drop it. I said, I'll come back and pick it up later. But later on he says, why would you do that? And Artie says, why did you just let your bike drop? I says, because you were my buddy and you were more important than that motorcycle was. But I remember those two guys. That one of those times.
As long as we're on, excuse me, Tom. As long as we're on Artie, in Mr. Wawernak's class, I'm sitting in the middle or close to the back, and I went from an average student to you ain't getting out of here until the year after next. Mr. Wawernak moved me up to the front table with Artie Kessel. And Artie Kessel cuts his frog apart, goes in there with a tweezer and pulls out whatever he was supposed to, and holds it up and he said, hey, Wobby, is this it? Plenty key. I said next to Artie, I graduated.
Well, I don't have anything quite that funny, but Artie used to be really good on the banjo as well as guitar, but especially the banjo. And he used to have like a house up on stilts or in a tree, I think tree house, and Artie used to play the banjo, and Jim Selk would be over there, he'd be playing the guitar or whatever, you know, the bongos, and we'd be doing Kingston Trio songs. Having a heck of a good time. Artie was a very talented.
How about Artie in the study halls? Everybody remembers the old high school, the old study hall where you had about, it seemed like 250, 300 people down there during a study hall, and we'd start catching the flies. And then he showed me how to put the little white lace on the fly, the little thread. So you let the fly go. All of a sudden you see about white laces flying around the damn room. Wondering what the hell there was flying around the damn room. Just a classic. I mean, just a classic. It doesn't get any better. You can't record this stuff.
I guess since we're talking about Artie, I always enjoyed going into Artie's rec room in his parents' home, and John and Carl and the guys would be practicing for the band, and Artie was just a genius on that guitar. And yet we translated that to my lack of musical ability to sing Peekaboo by the new vaudeville band behind the curtain for Miss Timmers and later Mrs. Theroux. And in my yearbook, she wrote about how I was disruptive in her study hall but amusing when Artie and I would sing our chorus of Peekaboo in Chester Cathedral. And I think one of the saddest things was when I saw Artie after he came back from Vietnam, and that genius just was destroyed by whatever happened over there. That was very sad to see that happen. I remember at the class reunion too, that in Fond du Lac, when we all stood up and said what was going on, all Artie did was he came up and said his new name and then said, "I'm a bum," and sat down. That's a sad
He was sitting next to me. And I said, and now, John thought of it, and everybody goes, ooh. We got toasty that night.
Judy?
You know, it's kind of interesting. First of all, that you said 10% of our classmates are deceased. And so I went to grade school in Johnsburg with Nancy, Jenny Bertram's here, Lou Brill is here, and 3 of the individuals you mentioned went to school with us. And that's, there were, what did you say, 26 in our? 24 in our class, so it's a little over 10%. So Ed Schmitz, Mary Ellen Andrew, and Steve Shamworth. And a lot of us, I think, here didn't know Steve Shamworth very well. He lived right across the road from Mary Ellen. And from Nancy. And I remember when he became ill, Mary Ellen and I went to see him at the hospital. He was in the intensive care. And we go walking in there, and he looked at us and said, "You're not supposed to be here. You know, you gotta have gowns on and masks and all that." So of course we go, "Terry, I'll put all our gowns on." And then we went back in, and he's laughing. Mary Ellen is laughing. That's what I remember about these people. You know, when I said we carry you in our hearts. They were so uplifting to us all. That's what, when I listen to you talk about Artie, you know, all of you, these people in a way, it's the best thing you can say about anybody, is that you think back upon them, remember them as they were, and they give you a spark in your life now. When you think things are, oh my gosh, this has happened, that's going on, you think about these people, and they just lift your spirit. And that's what I remember about Mary Ellen, like Wayne referenced, and about Steve Shamworth. They just are people who lift our spirits. And wow, I hope someday somebody's going to say that about me. Like you are getting this.
His oldest son is on the Holstein school board. His son is. And those kids never knew Artie the way you knew him because he had a lot of problems in those years. It would be really nice if one of you could write a note to his son and tell him what a special person Dad was. Someone could take that upon themselves. And I tried to think of what was on the school board. I had a class, and I forget. Doug Kessel. Doug Kessel is his name. He's on the Holstein school board, and that's Artie's son.
Good. Thank you, Pete. Great job. Good. To kind of carry out that theme, I hope all of you got a chance to take a look at our memorial back here in the corner, I tell you what, there's some phenomenal memory pictures. Why you remember a guy named Bob Gable?
Yeah.
Pitching.
5 no-hitters, 3 perfect games. It's gone too early.
They all gone too early.
Yeah.
They all gone too early.
Okay, there's a state championship team. And Jeff is in tough shape. Okay? So keep him in your prayers. Just great guys. I tell you, thank you all. We're going to move to the John Hoyer part of the meeting, the uplifting part of the meeting. Thank God. Okay? John, we're not putting.
No pressure.
Before that, John, we got another song. John, we got one more song to get you ready. When I get older, losing my head, many years from now.
Will you still be sending me the Valentine, birthday greetings, bottle of wine?
If
If
I've
I
been
get
up
up 2:45,
would you lock the door?
will you still meet me? Will you still see me when I'm 64?
Send me a postcard, drop me a line, state the point of view. Indicate precisely what you mean to say. You're sincerely wasting away. If I've been out 2:45, would you lock the door? Will you still need me? Will you still see me when I'm 64? Mr. Hoyer, and by the way, our 50-year class reunion, it's not far away. Miss Linda Prentice wants to say a word or two about that.
Just gonna say, thanks to Wayne Moore for emceeing.
Yay, Dennis.
Wayne?
I have accepted the honor of being the chairman for the 50-year class reunion. I'm not alone, but before I get to that, I have these half sheets of paper, and at the top, I need you to fill out information on contact information for you. And the bottom is a questionnaire about where you'd like to have your reunion. Minnie has offered to host a They have a great hotel there. She thinks we should charter a plane. Great. But in lieu of that, in case we can, there's, questionnaires on here, whatever, and I'll take that into consideration. And I also would like some volunteers for people to help on the reunion. My husband and I are moving up to Waterhome and Gladwater Beach, and we added on to it within the past year. And we are transitioning and retiring and moving up here. Our house in Illinois sold in 4 days, so moving up here sooner. And we have an apartment that we're getting in Illinois, but we'll be up here kind of on a permanent basis within the next few months. So, I'll be up in this area, actually in Calumet County, so, any volunteers?
Thank you, Linda. We already have Bob Enders. He's going to be part of your committee.
Okay.
From that end. Linda, thank you for this work that you've done. Fantastic. Thank you very much. The 50-year reunion is right there. By the way, for those of you that are wondering, where the hell is Jerry Wolfle? That son of a bitch. He is at a family reunion. I says, Wolfle, this is your son of a bitch and family. Forget about those people in Milwaukee. Thank you all very much. John Hoyer is on next. Enjoy the evening. We're working on it. Work in progress. Including you.
Oh no, I've done my turn. Hey, get fired.
By the way, there is some more alcohol in the corner here. There are no cops in the Holy Land. There are no cops in the Holy Land.